So for anybody watching, I just changed the PCV valve and the hose on the 2003 Ford Taurus. If you don't know where it's located, while I got everything apart, I'm going to show you. I should have been recorded earlier, but I wasn't. But this right here is the PCV hose that goes up into the intake manifold. This is the tube, and if you follow this tube, it's directly down there. So it's another rubber boot that goes over this part of the tube right here, and that part of the tube goes into the PCV valve. Now that PCV valve is a bitch to get to. I'm not gonna lie, like they put it in a very difficult spot, but as you can see, just to get to it and make sure I had enough room for everything, I took off the throttle body housing, air intake, and I disconnected the wires because the way this harness is hooked up, you really can't get into your hose to get it detached. And another thing I did, if you have to ever replace it, make sure you put your clips to the front and don't have them sitting back here, because mine was sitting back here, like, and it was really hard to get there because you got this pipe right here in the way. So if you put your hose on first and put your clamp on, I use channel locks, and just go ahead and slide it up and put it into place. It'll stay in position. You don't need a clamp for the hose after this. I mean for the rubber piece after this, or over the PCV valve. It just slides flush. It's about a 5/8, I believe, a 5/8 inch hose. Probably about a good 4 or 5 inches, all you need. They sell it by the foot. I just got mine at Napa for like $3.34 for a foot, so it's very cheap. Other than that, the only other thing that I'm doing right now is replacing the gaskets on my EGR valve. So I just sanded that down to get all the old gasket and put the gasket maker on there, and I bought new gaskets. And the other thing that I got to change on this, you're gonna watch this, is the cruise control cable housing. You see this broke right here. This is supposed to lock into this right here. It's not supposed to come out, but it's only loose right now because I don't have the throttle body connected to the, I don't have it connected right now. But I got that coming in, and I found that on the website for like $5.99. This whole cable from here, and it attaches back here. All you got to do is press this in, turn it like maybe a quarter turn, it pops out. You can put your new cable in, put it back in, and boom boom boom. Not too much of nothing for anybody to do. But yeah, so I got that coming in, and I'll record that when I get that done, and just hook up back your electrical connections or whatever. And then your air filter holders. I had to change this hose back here too. Watch this one. This one was completely broke. Just weather beaten, old, needed to be changed over. Other than that, this should kick off my P1131, 1151 codes, my P0174, and I did get a P0156, and that could be due to a bank 2 sensor 202 sensor, but that's down after the catalytic converter. I don't know. I'll see if that kicks off after I get this started back up, because it was a pretty bad part that I had. Actually, I'll show it to you now, so you know what it looked like. Excuse the camera, but this is what this looked like. So as you can see, it collapsed and it separated, and that's the actual new one I just put on a couple minutes ago. So if anybody's looking for a 2002, and this is the Duratec 24 valve dual overhead cam V6 engine. It's not just a regular 3.0 liter. Those engines are different. So if you're trying to go get parts off of those for a Duratec 24 valve dual overhead cam, it's going to be a lot different. Especially your vacuum line harness for your EGR, your emission harness, it's completely different. But the Mercury Sables of that same year has the same harness. So if you ever come across a Mercury Sable, a 2003, 2004, I think in the 2005, or maybe a 2000, 2003, those Mercury Sables do have the same harness. Just watch this boot right here in the back, because I think the way the Mercury Sable is set up is turned different, and it might be a little loose or whatever. But other than that, you can find pretty much the same exact layout on the Mercury Sable as you do on the Ford Taurus and those model years anyway. Yeah, so we'll put this thing back together. We'll see how it goes. Hope this helped. Peace.